Hi, it's Michael from Premier Basement. I just wanted to do a quick video today on, I want to touch on a few things. People that are buying houses, realtors, home inspectors, and we're coming into what I call the dangerous time of year. It's getting into like late June. It's like 90 degrees out. Most basements are dry, so people that are buying houses are a little less apt to see water problems. So I just want to go over some stuff because I'm in and out of houses almost on a daily basis of people that bought a house that had no water or only had water once, and a lot of the home inspectors are missing, what's really going on in the basement. So I made this video for homeowners, realtors, home buyers. Maybe the sellers aren't going to like this, but things to look for and things to be aware of. So the first thing is, a lot of times home inspectors, they'll do a thorough job. I'll read home inspection reports and they get this and they get that, and the front light on the porch needs to be replaced and the smoke alarm and a window's too loose, but they'll miss a $15,000 problem in the basement, and it's no knock against them, but it's just not their specialty. And just a couple things I want to go through as maybe somebody, a home inspector, will learn something from this, realtors, but as a home buyer, this is for a buyer. Molly columns, your supplementals, your supports in your basement. So if you look at your molly column, it's sitting on the slab. You may or may not have a footing that's on the grade. What you want is you want to be looking at the bottom of these molly columns to see if they're rusted. What they'll do is you'll see the redness, and you'll start to see rust and corrosion along the bottom. What people will actually do is take red paint and come back and paint over them so that they look red, but you'll actually notice the difference in the color of paint right here. So something to check for is rotted molly columns. That's one thing. That's a sign that these things are consistently getting wet over time. Another thing too, if these are on jacks, these need to be 3.5-inch solid molly columns. The banks, home inspectors, they're not going to let it fly. If you have an adjustable jack, that's what it is. It's adjustable. This is not code. So to buy this house or to sell this house, you're probably going to have to come into compliance with this. All lolly columns in Massachusetts need to be solid 3.5-inch lolly columns. Any kind of jack system, I don't care how smart it is, it needs to be, it's temporary. It's not a code lolly column to carry weight. So that's one thing to look for. Second thing to look for, stairs. Okay, here's your stairs. At the bottom of the stairs, look for rot. Look for mold. Look for discoloration. Look that the bottom of these stairs have been getting wet. Again, with the lolly columns, people will actually come back and use touch-up paint, but they'll never match that color. So you'll see it. It'll be discolored. Look at the bottom of the stair, the last run on the bottom of the stair. That's one thing you want to look for, right here. Another thing I like to look for, and it's not a for certain, but a lot of the times, if you have an HVAC unit, right, and it's sitting, on big blocks, they put that on blocks for a reason. Hot water heater, up on a big block. They put it there for a reason. That's to stop it from getting wet. Not all of the time, but it's usually a good indicator that water, they're trying to keep that out of the water. They might have lost a furnace once. There's a reason why. And a lot of these people, right, they'll disclose, they'll either say they had no water, or they say we had it one time. Oh, before we had the sump pump, we had water once, so we had it twice. What they're doing there is they're disclosing that they had water, so there's no liability that you can come back on them for and say, hey, we told you they had water. We told you we had water. So that's their out. People don't put an HVAC up on blocks because they had water one time. So again, corroded pipes. Look at the copper pipes. Are they all corroded? Look at the gas line. Is it all nasty? Those are signs of moisture, dampness. It's getting wet down there. Those are just some of the things to look for. Another thing too, this is a major red flag. When you walk down into a basement and you see a fresh coat of paint on the basement walls, gray, white, a dry lock, a waterproofing paint, that's usually a good sign that they're putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. They'll paint those walls, they'll spend a lot of time trying to hide that problem, but it'll flake off the wall. You know, anybody who says they can waterproof a basement using paint, epoxy, acrylic, any of that, I got a bridge for sale. You cannot waterproof a basement with paint. It's only a matter of time. It will start to flake off the wall. It'll make its way up until you're getting water. You're not going to hold back water with paint. So no one sells their house and says, you know what, I really want the new homeowners to have a nice painted wall in the basement. They're doing that to hide something. Okay, they're going, the market is high right now, and the home inspectors are being more and more harsh. So people know I can get more money than and in years from now, this video, the market might be low. It doesn't matter, but right now the market's high. People know if there's a problem, I'm not going to be able to sell it. People want turnkey conditions. They don't want to have to put work into the house, so they'll spend a lot of time painting the floor, painting the walls. That's a major red flag. I go down into some basements and the paint's still wet, for crying out loud. It's tacky to the touch. They're doing that to hide water. They're not doing it for aesthetics. So those are some things to look for. You as a home buyer right now are spending a lot of money. Don't count on your realtor, okay? A lot of them are liars. Liars! A lot of people say, oh, I went to school with Peg for I went to school with Peg. But listen, Peg's got bills to pay, and she will lie to you. They are liars. I don't care who they are, how many houses they sold. I sold houses to LeBron James. They will lie. The last thing they want to see is me come in and tell them the truth, because they are liars. Okay? Your agent, their agent, they'll tell them exactly what to say on the disclosure. They are not looking out for your best interest. Do you think they want to see when you get a P&S sign and you have a deposit down, right? Money. You think that they want me coming in and telling them it's 15 grand and you having second chances about this money, and now we got to start over again? Don't trust your realtors. Listen, the honest realtors and the honest home inspectors, as a home inspector would say, hey, there's a problem down in this basement. You need to call a professional. You don't have to call me, but call somebody who knows what they're doing. Things to look for as a buyer. Don't trust your real estate agent. Don't trust their real estate agent. And don't even trust your home inspector. These are things you can do yourself. Listen, if it's a finished basement, take your fingers and shove it under the molding. I'll shove my fingers right under the tack strip. Is the tack strip rusty? I smell my fingers. Can I smell mold? What's back there? If I can't see it, I want to get my hands back there. Smell it. Does it smell? If it smells, it's mold. So there are things you can do. And if you want to call my office, I'm tired of seeing people get ripped off. We don't even charge. If you want to call and bounce something off me, if you want me to come take a look and tell you what it's going to cost to fix it, I'm more than happy to do that. But I want to bring awareness to what's going on, because this disclosure and this real estate nonsense is getting old, and I'm in and out of basements almost on a daily basis of people who think they bought a dry basement or only got wet one time, once or twice. That's famous last words. Same guy drinking and driving on the road, they only had 2. It's always 2, you know. No one ever says 10, you know. So I just want to make awareness. This are things you can do as a home buyer. You're spending a lot of money. Cover your ass. So if you want us to come out and take a look, call somebody who knows what they're doing. You can go on my website. It's www.premierbasement.net, or our phone number is 844-LIVE-DRY. 844-LIVE-DRY. That's 548-3379. We'll come in and fix this. All right? Have a nice day.